Your discretion is advised.
But will be completely ignored.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Ain't in my moveset, my eyes on the title. I promise that I'm a true threat. Expect me, motherfucker, but y'all don't hear me though. I'm screaming loud on both ears. I'ma get stereo. I'ma get very no quit. Ain't in my moveset, my eyes on the title. I promise that I'm a true threat. Pipe bomb.
Yo, what it do, boys and girls, ladies and gents? We are back with it right at the nick of time. It is your boy, Blackheart, your shiz, Blackheart / Batman Lansky, and he, my counterpart over there, the skip to my Shannon over there, he is the one and only Warren, the American Prodigy, Superman, Marlo, and this is the After Dark, ladies and gentlemen. We got something spicy for y'all today. Well, first, I got to do my intro real quick.
Was good. His was
her bow behind you.
I also got you yours.
When Captain America throws his mighty shield, all those who chose to oppose his shield must yield. If he's led to a fight and a duel is due, then the red and the white and the blue will come through when Captain America throws his mighty shield.
And the mighty shield is back. You know what I'm saying? Before we get into all the foolish and shenanigans of this nice, fabulous After Dark episode, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below, hit the notification bell, let the people know we are live, we are active, we are going to keep in tune with everything that's going on both the Celtics and Heat game 4, the WWE draft, right and we got some special stuff for y'all tonight. But let's just get down to the gist of it though. Make sure that you follow us on Linktree. At Linktree / AfterDark Roast Podcast for the audio, the video, the merchandise stores, everything rolled up into one, everything that we are on, that we are available. Please like, follow us, give us a listen, everything like that. Pass it on. Let's grow this community out. Thank you to the brand ambassadors. W, get the boost of energy that you guys need to get your energy up and further without no crashes. With 10% off your purchase at w.gg with the coupon code OTTRMOB. Same coupon code for Dreamlight University to get spiced out. With fashion. Not at DreamLive.store. And last but not least, to get the iced out, bling bling like I did, go to Soul Lace at GetSoulLace.com for 25% off using the same coupon code as well. And also, please go to the Bonfire store. Support the boys and girls that put their hard work and effort into this network at bonfire.com/store/AfterDark Roast Podcast. From us here last week of wrestling with After Dark, Black Hearts Angels Wrestling Sign on After Dark, Wrestling Area, you name it, we got it. We thank each and every one of y'all that has been supporting us thus far. Oh man, you ready for our special guest tonight?
Hey, let's go.
Yeah, special.
So you were rocking the NBA jersey, so I was like, I can't feel left out. Can't do it, bro. We in the playoffs and we doing pretty well too. Y'all been
hoping that y'all get past Cleveland. You know what I'm saying?
Don't kill the vibe. Don't kill the vibe.
Man. Y'all want to know why I got these shades on?
Hey,
I got these.
I was gonna rock the black,
Guapo shades,
represent the Heat, but hey, I'm cheering for you. Hey.
I represented my Heat though, all right. But that's another story for another day. Today though, our special guest is the sensational, the underdogs up here in New England. My man Diego Alvarez and lover boy Big Bad Lexbowski. But the tag team themselves, Guapo Suave is in the house.
Top guys
Top guys are here.
Winning
baby.
team.
What up? What is
Winning
it?
team. I like those sunglasses. I mean,
top guys, top team, baby. Woo!
All day. What's the word? What's the word? We are sensual. We are sensual too, as the ladies, you know. So that line does fit.
I like how the pairing. I like the pairing. It's like y'all both got the same glasses going on right now.
Oh, you got the shirt. Oh, bro, you got
my man Lorenzo down there for my shades. You know, when you guys came up here for Focus Pro Wrestling's Kickstart My Heart, that's where I got these little shades from.
Oh, that's where they came from.
I think it's the only side. You signed my joint too, so I still got my joint. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate my little shades. You know, I gotta throw my little things on. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Welcome to After Dark, man. With these little blue. How you guys doing?
Oh, yo, we appreciate y'all for having us, of course. You know, shout outs to the whole podcast, the whole setup. Diego.
Man, thanks for having us, man. You know, top teams belong in a top podcast. Am I right?
Cheer. And speaking of top teams, you and I, us three, we was talking behind the scenes before we got our camera, and you were saying that you was being wrongfully and justified, saying that you was ineligible for an open challenge. What's going on with that? You want to tell the fans what's going on with that real quick before we start this off? I know you got the English about that.
Go ahead, Diego. You gay, bro.
Well, you see, this Saturday we're at Let's Wrestle in Fairfield, Maine, and last time we had a show, we challenged for the tag belts, and we were unfairly screwed out of that match, cheated out of that match. We should be the champs right now, and the so-called champions, got this open challenge for Saturday, and we were ineligible. This is the words from management themselves. Guapo Suave was ineligible to challenge for the belts. Which it's an open challenge, which means anybody can accept it. I didn't know there was rules against guys like, you know, the top guys. That's just my opinion. I think we belong at the top of Let's Wrestle. We are the uncrowned champs. You know this, Lex, bro.
Top guys.
You saw what happened last show.
Unfortunately, you know, I don't know what management talking about. Mike McCarthy, the piece of shit that he is, had low blow Diego. To get
I think it was the other guy. I know they both look very similar. You know, it was the other one. It was the other guy. Who cares?
Two fat chuds, essentially, and you know,
Alexander
we are the top guys in New England. We are the top talents, and it's only right that we're coming for the top titles.
We're gonna get those belts at some point. We're gonna win those belts back. You know, whoever it is, God's greatest creation. If it's McCarthy and Lee, if they win Saturday, it don't matter because, like you said, man, those belts are coming home to Guapo Suave. I said it at the beginning of the year, and it's the same right now. Damn right, baby.
Top guys, you top things.
Damn, I still got the muscles even after having the flu for a week. Oh wait, no, other side. Bam.
No, I mean, y'all get it right. Y'all get it right. Y'all get it right now.
I like it. I like that.
Oh man. So Warren, from one wrestler to another set of wrestlers, I know you two guys. I know you know, being as a solo Captain America type of style, but these guys are like more of the, you know, the soiree. You know, say like the big flex. You know, saying like the groovy aspects. And God,
real professional wrestlers, not these cosplaying guys that you see on
exactly.
Oh, is that a shout out me?
How did you two come up? So how did you two come up with the tag team, and what was the origins to this tag team right here?
It's simple. He's Guapo, I'm Suave. I'm Suave. He's Guapo. I'm Guapo. He's Suave. We're just like, we're two guys. We clicked on the same page. We're both heading to the top. And you know, why ride the dusty trails alone? We have a shooter by your side, someone who gets it done, someone who we be like, yo, Diego, it's time to go. We up in Maine. If we want to go somewhere in Cleveland and beat up some jamokes, we gonna be in Cleveland. Because this is my guy, and both of us have our eyes on the prize. So why ride alone when you can have a shooter?
I like it. Hey, so how long has this tag team been built?
We know each other for a few years, which is the funny part, because like So yeah, since last year we've been riding together as a solid unit, but we know each other for about what, 3 years now?
2 to 3 years now. 2 to 3 years, I would say.
3 years now. We've seen that. I met him at a seminar. No, I met you at the seminar during the pandemic. Remember? I met you there. I remember I met you there. I was like, I know that kid from somewhere. And then we met again, like a year later type beat. And then we started training together, and it was like, you know what? Like, it just click. It makes no sense. Like
makes the road
perfect.
Was a lot better. That's for sure. Definitely makes the road time definitely come up a lot more. If anybody knows the roads, it can be tough sometimes.
Oh yeah, you know, it's lonely out there.
But so obviously, like you said, y'all been about 2 to 3 years. Obviously, being the pairing standpoint, how were y'all transition from the singles competitive standpoint? Because it is a big difference. A lot of people don't realize tag team wrestling is a big difference compared to that single competitive wrestling. Just because, in the fact, obviously our objective is to get ourselves over and get the heel and the babyface get over in the crowd, tell the story, whatever you want to try to do. When you have a tag match, you gotta kind of share the spotlight, but also get that tag team over with the crowd, invest in the whole surrounding. And sometimes that can be tough at times, just a matter of the flow of the crowd, the tempo of the, some of these referees, they like to interfere and try to make themselves like a spotlight into the matches now, especially the way the world is showing now in independence. Yeah, I think y'all know what I'm talking about with that too. But
of course, yeah.
Just getting that showcase into it, how has that been so different compared to what y'all were used to?
So like for tag teams in my opinion, the tag team should be looked at as like one solid unit. It shouldn't just be two separate guys. That's what makes Guapo Suave work, is that we're both like-minded. We're both, like he said, Guapo Suave, we're both top guys. We think the same. We act the same. We're boys. And people look at us as one unit, not just two separate guys. Oops, am I still here?
No, yeah, you still here.
You got you spotlight
solo
G.
screen.
Okay. You spotlight G.
Oh.
Exactly. Exactly. So
everyone gets a little spotlight around here, shit like that. That's how we grow around here.
But that's what's important, really, for the tag team to just look at as one.
Yeah, and since we're top guys, all eyes on us, So I don't know what the ref can do
all the time. Any show we go to,
right? The ref can be
any show we go to, all eyes are on Guapo Suave.
All eyes on us. First match, all eyes on us.
Makes people jealous. It makes people jealous, but it's the business we're in. We don't give a fuck.
I can say for sure. I can say for sure at that Focus Pro show that I went to, I was like, yeah, these guys got some oozing machismo charisma and shit like that. All just because the way that they move, the way that and the way that you cut the promo before the match started. And shit like that. I was like, yo, who this motherfucker think that he is? But then again, it just shows. Is there, especially when you get, especially when it comes to the promos. Like, I'm a big promo guy. Like, if you can't sell me with a promo, then you ain't shit in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to that promo, I was like, okay, who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? Who are these two right there? And then I saw y'all chilling in the back, and I see y'all setting up y'all little table and stuff like that. That's when I walked over. I'm like, yo, I need one of those shades.
Oh, there you gotta get the sensual spectacles, and
that's how the shades got into my position. He made this shit happen.
Wait, can I get the sensual
spectacles? And that's when I became a fan of y'all. Of y'all's work and shit like that.
And for the ladies, we just started $5 kissing booths at all merch tables at all shows going forward, baby. Mwah.
Y'all heard it here first.
And there might be a discount if you got a boyfriend.
Make it a return.
It might be a discount if you have a boyfriend too.
That's interesting. All right, so
$350, maybe $250. I'm feeling generous.
Sensual, baby.
Gotta sell that merch table.
Okay,
you gotta sell it, right? You gotta sell it.
Yeah, you gotta sell, baby. You know, it's a business, wrestling
discount,
business.
Oh,
So, all right.
Have you
So,
ever
how
got to that point
how
where,
many
where
promotions
you
have you
should have
guys
paid
worked,
for it?
worked together this far, and where? And where have they been?
A couple so far. A handful, mostly and mainly our eyes is on the prize at Let's Wrestle, because that's like one of the main stepping stones to get where we want to.
Okay.
Of course, huh?
So obviously, based off of the traveling standpoint, and with independence as a whole, cool thing about it is we can go where the heck we want, but there is those certain promotions that you want to stick with, just because not only that, it's like, hey, someone bails on a booking, which I've recently just happened. A booking canceled on the day of for one that's already, because that loyalty is built in. So how big is that to y'all, knowing that y'all do have that one particular promotion that is mainly y'all's home area, and then comparing to like going around, but you still do need that one set promotion that you can definitely guarantee, hey, I can definitely have a booking, I can definitely have a show that day.
Yeah, all day. Well, we're all about the money, so
I don't think anyone ain't.
Right.
Right.
It's all about money.
Business.
What kind of opponents we have, whoever steps in the ring with us, it's all about that, really. Because at the end of the day, we don't want to step in the ring with no untrained jamoke, because that's not how we roll.
Ah, my neck.
And there's a lot
pile
of those.
driver.
And there's
my
a lot
neck.
of untrained. There's a lot of untrained guys. There's a lot of untrained guys out there. Way too many that don't belong in the ring with Guapo Suave, let alone with anybody else.
Half the yellow pages. Wait, does the yellow pages still exist, right?
I think so.
Half the yellow pages. I like that one.
Jesus Christ, how do you even let that happen?
I can tell the flow from this. I like that. From the yellow pages. I love it. I love it. That is the best reference when you come to something like that. That is perfect.
Yeah, fucking yellow books. I really believe they discontinued those. Everything's done online right now. Everything's done online, I think.
But the sentiment is still the same. Most of these cats don't belong in the ring with top talent. We make everyone look good just by proximity, just by osmosis. If you're around us, you're gonna get some charisma. You're gonna get some of that.
You might get a little rub. You might get some of that it, that it factor, that little rub.
If you're lucky,
spicy seasoning. If you're lucky, not a lot of people are lucky.
If you're lucky, that is.
You get a little sample. That's what it is, right? Just the little bit of a speck right there. Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah, the little Johnny Depp little salt sprinkle shit.
That little, that's that Suave salt.
I love it. So obviously, getting into pro wrestling and stuff like that, is this something y'all have been born? Basically, y'all have always wanted to get into the ring, or did it just kind of fall in your lap? How did that world of getting into pro wrestling start?
Well, for me, honestly, I've always just wanted to do it since I was a little kid. It was always in the back of my head. At first I was like, I want to go to college. I want to do all this boring ass shit, until I realized I didn't want to do any of that boring ass shit. And I saw, I started working out in the gym a little bit more after high school, and I was like, you know what? Who says I can't do pro wrestling? You know what I mean? That's just it's a mindset. Whatever you want to do in life, if you just got to do it. You just got to put in the work. And the last few years, me and my partner, we've been putting in that work, and so far everything's going great, and it's just gonna keep on getting better.
Okay.
All day for me. I remember the teacher asking little Johnny. Remember little Johnny? Little Johnny, what you want to be when you grow up? He said, doctor. She said, little Lex, what you want to be when you grow up? I said, I want to be the greatest professional wrestler of all time. I meant that. I'm beyond that. So me and my guy, we hitting the roles and doing what we gotta do to get to the top. So it's easy peasy.
Now, Loverboy, I sense a machismo. I sense a Macho Man, Velveteen Dream ass type of flow when it comes to your aura. When it comes to your your identity. I'm not gonna say gimmick. I'm gonna just say identity. You know what I'm saying? Is it part now? Are those two wrestlers part of what inspire you when it comes to your identity, or is it someone else? Or how did your identity kind of rose about? How did this whole Suave thing come into play?
All day. For me, like growing up as a kid, my uncle Alex, you know, the other Big Lex, we was watching wrestling as a kid, and I was like, oh, look at this guy, Hogan coming out. Oh my God. He looked me in my face. He's like, little boy, don't you ever talk about no damn Hogan in this household. It's all about the Macho King. And ever since then, you know, I was like, you know what? That macho madness seeps through my pores, baby. So it's always a little bit of him for that dude named Clark. This ain't no Clark, baby. This is all Superman. I'm Kal-El. This ain't no Clark. This ain't no Velveteen. This is Velvet. No knockoff. The original.
I love it. It's definitely there from just your movement, just your mannerisms, your flow, your tone, your speech. Like it's oozing. It gets people attracted to you, and that's when it sets you different. It sets you different from a lot of other identities and bodies and characters out there. Like so, there's not many of them out there in the independent scene. So you go to different companies, there'll be a handful of little baby pieces of people that like you be like, you know what?
Yeah, no, it's not there.
I came to that promotion just to see that tag team or just to see that one person wrestle and no one else. So
also, shout out to my man Rick James. You know what I mean?
I'm actually happy at the fact that I ran into y'all at that show because now I have more of a reason to be like, when they come back, I'm like,
winning team.
Those are my guys right there, and I got my shades on too. The match
winning team. A lot of people join the winning team. You know what time it is. As soon as you see Guapo's collar,
it's so invigorating.
Better join before you get left behind. That's it.
All right. Join now, so they'll call you bandwagoner.
There is a lot of baby-looking people though on the indie scene. I heard you just say, little babies and stuff. There's a lot of people that look like they haven't hit puberty yet in this business. You know what I'm talking about, Lex? Way too many kids that need to hit the gym out here.
It's called overhead press. It's called shoulder press. It's called a front delt raise. It's called dips.
It's called a meal.
No.
It's called a meal.
No. The main one is called squat. That would be the main one. No, like God.
That's why I always got trunks on. You always gotta show off the legs.
We could have a story about that one. My goodness, man.
The body business, people forget about that because you want to say that's that old school mentality, but like you're supposed to be athletes, and when you don't see
it's a cop out. That's a cop out for lazy people who say, "Oh, that's old school. You don't have to look like $1 million anymore." It's like that's a cop out because you're lazy and you're unmotivated to go to the gym.
You have to look at it as you're a superstar. You have to look at it as an investment because people are investing money into
you're more invested in yourself.
Like, man, I tell people all the time, like when it's around showtime, I'm dieting 2 weeks before, low carb, and I'm going to come out looking. I mean, it's that shredded sensation, that look though. But I mean, they don't realize that grind means so much more when it finally pays off. And that's something I wish I could tell people so many times. It's like, hey, man, if you just put a little bit more effort into the gym, stuff like that, one, your cardio will get better. Two, the people will realize and go, hey, man, this person's pretty serious. Like, I don't have to watch him to throw a punch to realize, hey, you're a believable character. So I do want to know this. All right. I've got, so I don't know if you had this reference, but there's like 3 guys I would go with you on. Lord boy, you got a little bit of Val Venus just for the vulgar, like that confident standpoint. Macho Man,
Big Lexbowski,
reeking all through your body, basically.
Reeking,
a little bit of Shawn Michaels, just that vulgar, that statue, everything. So go. I need to know. What are the ones that you reference? Which ones would you like?
That's
say like, hey, I watched this, baby. And I'm looking at these different things to make that combination of what you two bring in a ring together.
So, wait. Let me see. He's the macho Diego's more like the S.A. Rios slash.
I get that a lot.
S.A. Rios. You gotta go older.
Yeah, yeah. Come on, Diego. Help me with this one. You kind of look at mixed of like S.A. Rios is one other like kind of like
I like to say. I mean, I like to say Eddie Guerrero, Shawn Michaels,
just on the top of my
Rick Rude.
Head, but I just lost the company that he was in.
Rick Rude. I like that one. Okay.
Rick Rude.
Well, the confidence standpoint, I will say, like, I could tell for a fact when I look at Loverboy, I can just tell, like, hey, that man, that guy, he's got that macho-esque, that talk, everything, just that vulgar, that makes you invested in watching him. That's why I'm saying when I want to talk about Diego,
like,
I want to know which one of the ones that you compare it.
You're like,
all day,
yeah, we hear it on the microphone, right? You're like, oh, who's this guy? Like, because he's tall. Because he's tall, he's lean, he has dreads and shit like that.
Well, a lot of people don't believe in themselves.
Shorter than him, but he's a workhorse.
If you don't believe in yourself, that talkability, the crowd will definitely tell the same thing.
I'm the one that's you know, saying that's going to show you why the fuck that we are the way that we are, and you're gonna be like, okay, so so then you're gonna look at what's his style, what's Lorenzo's style when he gets to the ring and when he wrestles, and that's how those two complement each other.
Yeah, yeah. So we're saying a lot of people don't believe in themselves, and that's the difference between us and the rest of these backyardigans that unfortunately we get stuck with. We know who the hell we are. So when we step in the ring, when we go through the curtain, the people pay their $20, their 15, 10, 5, whatever. They're getting their money's worth because they're like, that guy, he's a real person. I know that's a real man walking down the street. He's like that when he's in the store. He's like that when he's in church. He's like that in court. So this is me all the time.
They're getting
so people
a
like
performance.
All day, baby.
They're getting a genuine performance, baby.
And for like character work,
I'm not putting on an act. I'm not trying to be anybody else.
I always say we're like Triple H and Shawn Michaels.
So we're being ourselves.
We're like that DX with that little bit more spice to it. So I always say I'm Trips and he's Shawn Michaels. You know what I mean?
Get all of these niggas.
I mean, all day. We're going to the top. What? We supposed to say less?
Yeah, baby. I like
sell less and pay me more. Sell less and pay me more. That's gonna be
all day.
Back of a shirt.
That
should be on the back of the shirt right there. That'd be like a sign right there, right?
All day.
Doris confused, like.
I like that though. I like that. So Blackheart, I need to know, man. So like when obviously you watch these guys and then the performance and stuff, like what drew you into like being invested with watching them and stuff like that?
The shades.
When you first walked in the door and stuff like that, was it the shades?
The shades, number one, was the shades. That was number one.
The real sunglasses. They have UV protection, so you could look at the clips of these on.
He convinced me to get these, and this was his last pair that he had. So I was like, you know what, screw it, man, I'm gonna buy it.
Facts. I just had to re-up.
This is saying, hey, he sold out of all his shades. That was number one. Number two was the promo that he cut during the beginning of their match and shit like that. And you wasn't facing Alex Price, right? No. Alex Price.
He faced Manny.
Mike Rossa.
Alex is the homie, so I wouldn't do him like that. Unfortunately, no big boot leg drop for him. But for everyone else,
so the promo was.
Who was my opponent again? Mind Eraser guy.
It was but it was definitely Lebowski's promo, but Diego's in-ring work that night.
Okay, woo.
And that match is what sold me into was what sold
first match, opening match.
That was the first match that I saw. So
that's how you open the show, baby, with top guys. Most complete professional wrestler. I can do it in a tag team and I can do singles. That's the beauty about me. I can do it all. I can freaking wrestle singles. I can do tag team. Yeah. I can do it all because I'm the most complete professional wrestler in New England. There ain't a worker like me today. Never, ever. Tell him, Lex. Right? Oh, hold up.
Period.
I gotta get used to that.
Yeah. Because Diego gets it done. Go, Diego, go.
Switch the screen. Just switch the screen, man. Help him out.
I'm not gonna do all that, man.
They're trying to do the fusion thing, man. Help them.
Man,
you know, I may have lost that night, but let's be honest. They were talking about Diego Alvarez.
Cowboys.
Why?
I love it. Oh, they are
Why? Why? By default, or you really believe?
That's it. Cash me out.
They put me on spotlight again.
Double goal.
Wow.
Hey, I like that.
Man, I fell down to my knees when the law came.
So obviously, like I just said, and all of us have definitely witnessed this in this business for a long time. Obviously, okay, you want to get in pro wrestling, but the biggest thing is now is where to get into pro wrestling. How hard was that to look around in the areas that you are at? Because my area in Jacksonville, there was 3. There was over in Georgia called One Fall Factory. Now that's the American Nightmare Factory. And then, of course, you had 2 different other ones that were probably not the biggest qualified to get the certificate. So how hard was that to find those things to get into pro wrestling?
For me, because I'm a little bit older, all I did was like mainly just make sure I had the body, the physique, know who I am as a person. So when it was time to get into the ring, this guy teach me mechanics. It took me forever to learn that damn arm drag. But once I learned that arm drag, woo, sha.
What, to take or to give it?
To give it. I wasn't getting it right. I wasn't getting it right. But once I hit that joint, man. Woo! I hit that
Bro,
shit.
I was watching Tim Horner, Brad Armstrong, and literally all Steamboat when it comes to doing nothing but
now I get
drag.
the Steamboat. Now I kill that shit. But it took me a while.
I throw them Steamboat arm drags all the time. Steamboat arm drag for the win. That's what I throw all the time. Not that one knee arm drag that people be doing.
I hate that. Oh my god!
I do the
I was doing that bullshit.
It's hard to actually take that in reality when they do the one knee, because you're not able to get fully over. When you take just that slip type bump, I tell everybody, is pretend you're like the slip. It looks so finesse. That catch
I actually started doing jiu-jitsu, and once I did jiu-jitsu, it actually low-key taught me how to do it a little bit better. I actually just started throwing fools, you know what I mean?
Shucky, ducky, quack.
Since there wasn't a lot of schools in New England, I was doing that for a period, and shouts to Bell Time, they moved closer. So shouts to the big homie Bo Douglas, gave me a mat to, bump on. So ever since that, I've been repping BTC.
Yes, sir.
BTC for life.
BTC, brah.
Hell yeah.
So I mean, Warren, you down in Jacksonville, would you guys ever try to take a trip down to Jacksonville?
Yeah, the new thing is like there's mad new wrestling schools, so like there's a lot of qualified wrestling schools compared to like 10 years.
They came out of nowhere. Especially in Florida. Because I remember when I first got in, I had to go to Georgia to go. Like I said, I went to the
traveled to like 2 states
because the trainer there was Ray Lord, aka Glacier from WCW.
Yeah.
So obviously I wanted to make sure we had a legitimate guy to be, learning that tree from. And then of course, like I said, there was 2 other ones there. 2 that couldn't get over in wrestling and had to be promoters and call themselves these people. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But there's so many different ones now. Like obviously there's one in St. Augustine. There's a couple of them now. And it just blows my mind, like how many people really have opened up wrestling schools.
No!
What happened? Who got traded? Shouts to Mello.
No,
he's watching the NBA game.
Oh damn! I haven't watched NBA in a while. That's what I'm worried about.
I'm worried about Porzingis' ass.
I haven't watched basketball in like 12 years, 13 years. I haven't watched TV in like that amount of time either. It's just
it's weird.
This is the team I go for, so I don't really watch it either.
Like the last 7 years.
I live in Jacksonville. There's no NBA team, so
facts. You know what I mean? You gotta go Duval.
Yeah, for his case, he gotta borrow fucking Orlando Magic's fucking jersey.
I hear that,
man. Now football is a different story. Even though my team is it's a interesting concept with them.
Always the Patriots.
More focused on wrestling than it is my team. At times, I feel like.
Yeah, I hear that. You know what I mean? You try and get to the top. The rest of these guys got jobs. You don't.
So what do you guys like to do in y'all downtime? We are not active. We are not traveling, shit like that. What's the downtime looking like for both Diego and Flex?
Skis.
Working out, watching more wrestling, man. Just trying to be better every day. The usual, man. Really, just trying to eat clean. Just trying to like study as much wrestling as we can, just to be that very best, and just wrestle, train, eat, sleep, repeat. Same thing, really. I barely even go out anymore. I don't know about you, Lex, but I'm always on the grind, man. We're always busy.
I'm sitting right next to you on the car ride back. You know what I mean?
You already know, bro.
So what are some of the guys that y'all are watching? Like you just said, y'all are studying film and stuff like that. Like I said, I still watch a lot of the 80s style wrestling. Brad Armstrong, Tim Horner. I mean, guys like that. Like, what are some of the guys that you are watching to like not only necessarily study, but just to like see? Because this is the different rituals. A lot of people don't realize when we talk about watching film, we're watching it based off the crowd psychology. We're looking off the in-ring physical psychology, stuff like that. So what are some of the stuff that y'all are really focused on when y'all are watching these films?
Footwork, footwork and just how like certain wrestlers interact with crowd, with the crowd and whatnot, in-ring psychology. Guys like Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle, that SmackDown 2002, 2014. Just, watch all those guys, tell incredible stories, without, it's all this. They're just using facials. They're just using, in-ring psychology and whatnot. I mean, I think guys like Eddie Guerrero, like I mentioned, Chris Benoit, Kurt Angle, the absolute very best in this business.
I'll do you one myself.
I
was actually watching. I was watching the Von Erichs. I was watching the Freebirds versus the Von Erichs.
Ooh.
So I was just watching a whole bunch of just in general. I was just watching a whole bunch of Freebirds last night just to go to sleep. And I was like, yo, these guys had stadiums rocking. And you watch their matches, they're not even bumping like that. They're not doing
They
nothing.
were like 3 minutes. They were like 3 minutes tops. And
so I was watching.
Finish was I thought the craziest things when they both did the double down schoolboy. I was just like, what? And the crowd, I'm like, bro, wrestling is so different now.
So I was watching live that like they was working, they were like taking bumps. So it was like we need low key need to go back to that, but I don't know, man.
Bro,
back then
I remember
Ray
was telling me. But it was based off of your character work back then too, though.
Exactly.
That's the biggest thing. Like, and I remember when Ray was telling us a long time ago, he said the best gimmick is the ones that takes the least bumps. And it does matter at times when they talk about stuff like that. And that's why I watch these films. I'm like, that's why you see guys like Brad Armstrong, Tim Horner and stuff don't get the representation that they ever deserve because they were the ones that looked so good taking the bumps. That's why they had to put over, the bigger talents and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
The showcasing moments and stuff like that. So what are y'all's feelings towards stuff like that? Because like y'all just said, the Benoits, the Angles and stuff like that, it took a long time for that type of transitional wrestling to get a public eye and to see a star power sensation with it.
Yeah, it's just like people are just drawn to personalities. So that's just like human nature in general. I remember as a kid growing up watching some of those matches, like oh my God, that was a banger. And like your friends would be like, that was boring. And you'd be like, how was that boring? That was like,
how can you watch a Chris Benoit Kurt Angle match and think boring? I don't know. That makes, in my opinion, that's just insane. Because those guys made it look real.
Bro,
that's another thing. It's like those guys made it look real. Like those guys would wrestle, and you would think, like, damn, these guys owe each other money or some shit. Like these guys are beating the hell out of each other.
It's so different now. Like the whole psychology of wrestling now has definitely drastically changed. And Warren,
too much of this now. Too much of this.
Bro, my God.
Too much of this now.
Emotional,
damn it. Too much of that now. Thigh slapping.
Well, it's because like people, it's like in the league, like you see two people and they're friends, so their competition ain't there. So unfortunately, that competition element in pro wrestling low key gone. So guys are taking it a little easier. You don't want to pop him, Take it a little easier.
They care about their safety and stuff like that.
I feel like the thing is, though, the people need to actually, definitely the performers, they need to showcase the moves a lot better to where they don't have to duplicate it, if that makes sense. Say like that punch. you're always supposed to throw back. That's what they always told you. You're always supposed to throw back because the fans are watching you based off of like how they watch a tennis match. I use the reference all the time. Storytelling is like watching tennis. Whatever goes on around now, I feel like I'm watching ping pong because it's like a little square of ball and you can't fully follow it at times. So like, what is y'all's opinions when it comes to like not only the storytelling aspect, but like how wrestling has transitioned and what people believe wrestling is now compared to what we've all watched and what we learned and what makes us what we are today?
People look at it as a stunt show now, and it's kind of disappointing. Like if you ever watch a match or anything, nobody's ever talking about like, or let me put it like this: let's just say two guys are gonna wrestle, all right, like babyface against heel. Nowadays, it's not about like, oh, I'm gonna win the match and I'm gonna win this championship. It's about we're gonna have the greatest match ever. We're gonna have a banger and we're gonna steal the show. Who cares about that? Like, do you want to win or not?
13 stars.
5 stars. Like, no one ever puts over.
Listen,
nobody
like,
puts over winning in wrestling anymore.
It's a competition. Let's still stay competitive. You know what I mean?
But it's the old. But it just feels like everyone is trying to outstage everyone. You know what I mean? Like there's no there's no hierarchy to be like, okay, like we already know what the match of the night is shit like that. Everyone wants to try to upstage up, uptake one up anyone, just try to say, hey, see what I did this week or see what I did this month per se. Instead of just being let's focus on what we need to build in order for us to get to the main stage, which is normally like pay-per-views and stuff like that, like these big events, where the payoff gotta be what everyone came to pay their money to see. Yeah.
You know, the butts are in the seats. I ain't gonna go out there, blow my back out for preliminary. That's how you say it? Preliminary match.
Preliminary.
But when the belt's on the line,
like a lot of guys.
I like how you did that so nicely and threw a shot at the same time, but it was like just like a normal combo. That's the part I love about it.
See, a lot of guys like walk into like matches now instead of thinking like, oh, I want to see this guy beat this guy, I want to see that guy beat that guy. It's like their movesets are so incredible. Like, I can't wait to see what kind of moves they do or like what kind of spots they're gonna do. It's like I don't like watching wrestling just to see spots and guys cooperating with each other. I want to see two guys like not kill each other, but I want to see guys like in a competitive match. Nostalgia.
It's sad.
Yeah,
it really is sad.
Video games.
It's made something. It's made something that we all take this very serious. You take it serious when you're in the ring. Period. It don't matter what profile or anything, because this shit. It hurts.
Yeah, people died in there.
And this wasn't some weak ass training lessons either.
All day, if you want to do ballet, ballet's upstairs. That's what I was told when I started.
Too slow, whatever you want.
Ballet was upstairs.
Ballet was upstairs. Remember?
Ballet was upstairs at Netboy.
Yeah. So that's what we was taught when we was coming up, like, because people died in there. It's serious business when you're in there. So be serious.
Be serious.
How much cardio it does take being in that thing, being in that ring, and being in that surround.
Yeah.
Like you could be the most in shape person.
Go.
It's crazy. Like
you do
what was that feel for you after a match? Yes, like after a match, like so like some people have like their mechanisms about how like they heal up and stuff like that. Like what's you guys' like healing mechanism after a match is done? So like do you guys like some people will probably like ice bath shit like that. Other one will take like protein.
No, you do it the day next. You do it the day after. You can't do it on that because the second day is when you're gonna feel it the worst.
Yeah, I'm the dude running around with the biofreeze and Tiger Bomb. I'm that guy.
Biofreeze right here.
Like I was about to show mine. No, guys, I'm gonna tell you that there's one called Copper Tone. Best investment you will ever have. Like this thing is like that long, bro. 2 squirts and you're good the rest of the day.
That's me. So biofreeze, Tiger Bomb after all my matches. So when the room smells like menthol, that's me, guys.
Bro.
I'm on right now.
Like,
we need a sponsorship.
Oh yeah, BioFreeze.
Isn't that crazy? That wrestlers don't get sponsorship for that. Like we're the main ones that probably use that more than anybody.
Cats, because cats keep their mouth closed. So BioFreeze. If you see this, first time I took off my sunglasses. Yeah, you see this? BioFreeze.
Let's rename it.
Guapo Freeze. We need that.
Suave Freeze. I like it.
Suave Freeze. We need that.
But no, I have like 3 cans. I have 3 cans in my bag every show that I'm at. I have 3 cans at least.
I have one in all my bags. All my bags have BioFreeze and Tiger Balm.
I remember when I was playing football, bro. I sprayed my whole knee down. Just spray all of my whole knee, bro, because it's like that junk works. It makes you feel like you have a new body part somehow, some way. Like it's crazy, like how effective those things really are.
Hear that, BioFreeze? The endorsement. We got you. Word of mouth.
It definitely does make the car rides a lot easier too.
Why take pills when you can take BioFreeze?
Oh, bro.
Yeah, those days is over.
Oh boy.
You're safer now.
I will say that's one thing that this generation now in wrestling definitely does have. The drug part is more clean.
Yeah, everyone's babes. Which I don't trust.
Clean-ish.
I'm trying to leave the line the same lips I came in with.
It's a little speckled away,
Yeah, Warren. Get on the gravy train.
Right.
Do not vape. I don't do nothing.
Right. Now I vape. That's my bad habit, and that's about it.
Man, I think that's about. I think that's just about maybe a good 75% of Americans' first choice. It's gonna be that.
I learned how big it was.
I mean, if it's gonna be federally legal, then you can't really get pinched very like that anymore. So why not anyway? You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, for physical reasons, psychological reasons, or medical reasons, that's the one thing I think everyone could probably agree.
Speak on that again.
Warren, please.
There is some certain states that still.
I wouldn't be seeing you buy no pre-rolls and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying for me.
Yeah, I wouldn't be seeing you buying no pre-rolls and shit like that. Yeah, American pride.
Yeah, don't cross state borders.
Smoking America away.
Because for the road trip, you be thinking you all right. One time I was with the other team. We ended up in New York on a road trip. And we were like, oh, no, we're cool. And the boys passed us and they stopped at the gas station. So everyone's paranoid in the car, thinking that we just smuggled narcotics on our wrestling road trip for $40. We're all about to go to jail. For $40, we travel in New York and we're about to go to jail for no reason.
That's the screen. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's the whole screen part. You guys are so-called wrestlers, but you over here travel around with fucking kilos and shit like that in the car.
Look, it's a little bit, man. A little bit. It's flour. You're going over imaginary borders.
Have you guys ever really got like pulled over by? Have you guys ever really did get pulled over by the police for any strange reason?
Diego?
Oh yeah, remember we were heading up to Maine back in December. And I swear, I was not speeding. I was not going fast as hell. I was going normal speed limit on the highway. And for some reason, this cop just wanted to pull us over. And he already had, I'm telling you, he had that note written, that little ticket. And he gave me a $397 ticket for doing what? I have no clue. He probably just saw a black man and a fucking Latino in the car and thought, screw it, let me give these guys, give these guys a ticket real quick.
Yeah, he felt like that cop just wanted to give anyone the random ticket. He was just waiting, like, ooh, the next car that comes by.
Yeah, the next car that comes by, I'm gonna just hit it with this ticket, man. I'm gonna get this paper. I'm gonna get this paper. I'm thinking that shit was a sting.
So I want to know if y'all heard this story before.
I appealed that ticket.
Obviously, the veterans.
You appealed it, and did you win it?
I actually never showed up to court, but they never sent me anything else. So I think they just forgot about it. I think the cop didn't show up to the deal.
Yeah, 5 other people that
I think the cop didn't show up to the thing, so I was all set.
They gotta get their quota somehow. So obviously, I want to know if y'all have heard this before. Have y'all had veterans where they talk about they have their gear, they drive home in it just in case if a cop pulls them over, they just tell them, hey, I just got back from a wrestling event, see if it gets them out of a ticket. Like I've had people that constantly have told me some crap like that before.
I think I heard that before by some like a vet. I do think I heard that.
Like literally, and so
I've heard stuff like that, or like they'll have like the belt. They'll have like the
yes. Oh my gosh! Take that jump. What? Go to Waffle House or something like that?
Like, this is my
Speaking
belt.
of which, our arch nemesis / frenemy, because he's okay sometimes. Hard work Barnaby Combs became the NCW Tag Team Champion, and he took his belt to TGIF Fridays. Still pops me. We walk in.
I just became one half of the tag team champions tonight
at your local promotion. But that's our friend of me. He's okay. Sometimes he's okay. Sometimes.
Yeah. He can do the autograph signing and all the bullshit thing.
Yeah, the hard work heroes, they're okay sometimes. Sometimes they gotta kick their ass and keep them in place, let them know who's the top team around. But we
beat their ass last year, and they got put in the tournament first at Focus Pro, which makes no sense, but whatever. They're our boys, sort of, so we're kind of happy for them, kind of. Until we enter that tournament, we're entering July 20th. Next time we're at Focus Pro.
Braintree, Focus Pro, Widowmaker, Brewery, Guapo Suave. We are putting our names in the tag team tournament for the belt.
Yeah, we're officially in.
Wow. Oh, we're officially in?
Hell yeah.
That news to me, Bubba. Let's get it.
It's news now, baby. Now you know, baby. I waited until this moment to tell you.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
I like it. So is Focus Pro y'all's main home promotion?
Nah, we're just running. New England's our home promotion essentially, so we're just running through New England. Focus Pro is a good place because it's close to Boston. So if you're from the Boston neighborhood, it's right there in Braintree. So.
That's the important thing. It's in Massachusetts. We don't got to go anywhere far.
Be glad about those.
But Saturday we will be in Maine, unfortunately.
Hope we pray that y'all get pulled. Hope we pray that y'all don't get pulled over this time.
Hey, wear the ringer. Just wear the ringer. Wear the ringer. That's all you gotta do. Just wear the ring gear. See if it works.
We got new ring gear too.
Just
man. Run behind me. Get to this
go.
It'd be funny if the cop actually escorted you to the show.
They're like, oh, here, free escort for you guys. Guapo Suave. Oh, I've heard of you guys. Come on, let's go.
Hey, tell the promoter, like, hey, man, I need the camera instantly when we arrive.
Yeah, I got you. Whatever's in the gimmick bag.
That'd be a heck of an entrance.
What happened to the gimmick bag? It was
everything's in the, little pill bottle. I don't got it next to me, but it's somewhere around here.
A little gimmick bag. Just make this noise in the locker room.
There you go.
Oh.
Everybody will just look, they'll be like, what?
Only like two heads will look up nowadays.
Yeah. It's usually like the vets. They're just like, what?
Wait, what? Flashback, right? Wait, what?
My Superman pills are here.
All right.
Oh, man.
Spices.
Oh, man. I like that. I like that concept. That's
spices. Shit.
That's great.
Oh, my God.
But
yeah, go ahead, Warren.
That's definitely fun, man. No.
Good. Oh, nah, man. I was going to say, man, like, it's just been a fun episode to actually do with y'all. Like, I mean, we got to do this thing a lot more. Definitely when you guys are back in Braintree and stuff like that for Focus Pro. I think that we'll probably more likely be in the building for that. So
July 20th.
I'm looking forward to that. July 20th?
July 20th, Focus Pro Wrestling. We're in the tag team tournament for the gold, baby. More gold.
We have no idea who we're facing, but at the end of the day, they don't stand a chance against Guapo Suave.
They sure don't. Folks, I would like to be giving the floor to Diego and Big Lex over here to give the victory lap is where we give you guys the forum to, plug in your stuff and shit like that. Tell people where that they can follow you, where they can find you and stuff like that. Your videos, vlogs, everything.
I bet. Check it. Hey, yo, y'all can follow me at Loverboy Lozano, just like you see right there. Ba-bong. Wait. Bomb. That's my handle. Follow me on all apps. We out here. And we post about anytime you see us. Diego, go ahead. That's you, G.
You can follow me on at Diego Atocha, ATOCHA, on Instagram. That's the only thing I really have. You can add me on Facebook too. I may or may not add you. If I don't know you, I'm not gonna add you. If you're a hot biddy, I'm definitely gonna add you. But you know that Diego Atocha on Instagram, baby. ATOCHA.
Guapo Suave style.
Hell yeah, baby. Top team, top guys. Too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you.
Oh man! And on that note, before we bid them their farewell, I'm just gonna leave it with one of
you. Remember 21st night, September. Love was changing the minds, drifting us while chasing the clouds away. Our hearts are ringing in the key that souls would sing it as we dance in the night. Remember how the stars stole the night away. Oh
yeah. Sometime in November, I don't know.
Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for coming. We greatly appreciate you being here, my man.
Top guys, top guys, top guys.
Thanks for having
us. Guys out. Top guys out.
Have a good one.
Have a good one, guys.
Peace out.